is a new thing that you're learning in life?
Ooh.
We've discussed this.
But there's so many things. Like, what is the one thing that I want to discuss?
I really like what we've recently discussed, and that is how much power there is in speaking uplifting words about each other.
100%.
And I think how life shaping and life changing that can be. And I think it's not a new learning, it's a new practice.
Realization as well.
Yeah.
The importance, I think.
Yeah. And I think for me, it's a new practice. I'm making a conscious decision to speak in a more uplifting way about the people that I really care about, because I do really think that not that I'm not speaking upliftingly about
I know you guys.
only the people I care about. But I
if only you knew her before Christ.
But I do think that that's a massive learning. I think I think so far we've underplayed how the things that we hear about ourselves can really like.
Did I just do what we just spoke about?
What did we do?
The joke I just said. Does that apply?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, thanks. So. I'll keep it in then.
I like a good joke.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's where it gets a little bit.
Yeah. Okay.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Like great.
Yeah, I think so. A little bit.
No, but I like a good joke. I just think that it just, you will know how you feel because it's all like proportionate and timing. And,
proportionate's a good word.
Yeah.
And true.
Yeah, and also how much investment have you put into making sure that the person you're speaking about and with
very true
knows how you truly feel about them. And I would hope that
it's balanced out by good words and security of knowing
the security. It's how much you've invested, how what is the depth of your discussions when you've really tried to communicate about how you feel about that person or
100%.
all of that. But I think for me, a new I've learned the gravity of just
like the Bible says, no reckless, like every reckless word, even you will be held accountable. So we do need to be a lot more conscious of how we're speaking to others and ourselves.
And we know that the Bible says that words have actual life in them.
Yeah.
So I think anything you speak comes into being. So reckless words spoken for the other person, I think, does bring life to that element in their lives. So I think you should be careful of how you've spoken about them or to them, because I think a small example of like stuff that we discuss is if you constantly make a person feel like they're not good at giving directions or good at I don't know, like tech, I think eventually that you believe those things and it can be a setback. And I think on the contrary, if you encourage and applaud, I think that can come into being. So I think over years, and before you know it, you've spent a good few years with people, haven't you? You spent 9 years with someone, or you spent 10 before you know it. And especially like within our community, because it's so tight knit, we see each other a lot. Even outside of friendships, you cross paths a lot. So if you say something repetitively and it's been 6 years of the same thing, it can be life bearing. So you just need
it's like the wife that keeps
nagging.
Yes.
I think it's anyway, it's a new practice that actually, and my applause needs to be louder than all else that I say, because I think
humor is great, but being kind is greater. For me, I think mine would be, if I was just to pick randomly, I think focus more than anything else lately, maybe because it's the start of the year. I think
focus for you has been a big one last year as well.
Maybe not in practice. Maybe not in practice.
Maybe not, but we
it was a realization maybe, but I think more so now for practice purposes as well. I think because it's a very active thing and it's a hard thing to execute as well. But I think like from the spiritual side, it's more so like like Jesus, he was very purpose led. Like he was always walking towards the cross, and like that was the whole journey, and he didn't let anything kind of derail him from that. Like when his mother and brothers came and saw him, he was like, who are they, like kind of thing. Not those exact words, I think, but he was very like, when he needed to have time away, he went up to the mountain and prayed and like spent time away he wasn't consumed by the crowds more than necessary. He, made time to spend time with his disciples and the closest ones on a different level.
Yeah.
He was very, I think we paint Jesus out to be, obviously very good, and which he obviously is, but like in the sense of like he was just healing everyone left, right, and center. But actually, a lot of the healings were people who came up to him, or there was a purpose behind it. He wasn't the whole of Jerusalem or the whole of Israel wasn't healed, and he had the power to do that. But there was selectiveness, there was focus, there was a purpose for everything and anything that he did. And I think I'm learning that if you're not careful, you do get derailed very easily in life, and you have to really make sure that you make your decisions,
stay focused,
in a way that is aligning with the focus that you want to have, rather than allowing things to, because it's, as a Christian, I think it's hard to say no to certain things, or feeling like, oh, this is important because actually this is more directly, maybe,
or just that we're taught to not say no, and just be just say yes to everyone, and that makes you a nicer person, or
you're serving others better by doing that. But actually,
I think it's staying true to your purpose.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think knowing what your purpose is from God and focusing on that is what I am learning, I think.
Because I think the story of the parable of,
I need to sneeze. But anyway, go on.
The parable of the servants, that were given the coins, and one buried, one multiplied, one did something
multiplied
else.
Even more, I think.
And the one that multiplied it the most was appreciated, wasn't he?
Yes.
But the point being that you are given certain means, and you're given a certain time frame.
Yes.
And then the
hisab,
or the accountability comes into play.
Yeah.
So it's not like you will be given certain tools or talents with endless time. There will only be certain tools or talents with a limited
the
time.
reality of it.
And you are on quite crudely a mission. So I think stay focused to the mission. Use what you've got within the right time frame.
Yes.
And you do have to learn to cut the noise out, even though it might seem like I don't know.
Yeah, I think the timely action is so important.
As long as your heart is positioned in the right way, I think just moving on and cutting off the noise, and sometimes that can seem quite harsh, but I think it's a good learning, isn't it, to practice actually what is the mission, and if you need to cut and move.
Yeah, and often I think even in this, it's like kind of giving you the same, like God only shows you a little bit, and then you have to just move in order to see what the next steps are, and like everything else just compounds. Like God gives you a little, but He'll multiply it if you just, make the best use of.
Yeah, and I think the focus needs to be not to is the right word, to self gratification. It's not to seek instant gratification for yourself.
Yes,
because
the bigger purpose.
Yeah, you might derail, and that there might be like a feel good moment in doing that particular thing, but actually, stay focused and move towards the bigger purpose.
Definitely. So, what would be a learning that God is teaching you? Let us know.